Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Michaela. As you can see, we are in a little different filming situation. So I have my desk chair because we finally moved my desk down here. It's over there. You'll see it in an upcoming video of us getting our basement more homey, so that should be a fun vlog. But anyways, the futon that was here is part of the living room situation over there. I have the desk chair because there's nothing on the floor and I'm not gonna sit on the cement. Anyways, all that aside, let's get into all the books that I read in July, and then we're going to talk about the August TBR, and then I did redecorate my Kindle a little bit. So I thought that was cute and wanted to show you guys. I did take the strap off, just, I don't know, it wasn't the most comfortable, but I've seen people where they have it upside down, and I think that's what I did wrong. I should have put it upside down so my fingers could go all the way down instead of have to be up here, because I don't know, it's a whole thing. Anyways, we'll just hop in to all of these books. So the first one I read was Wizard's First Rule, and this is the first in the Sword of Truth series. So basically it's following Richard and Kaylin, and I love the world building, and throughout the whole series you get to see more and more bits of the map. I was looking earlier and I didn't see the map because usually maps are in the front of the book, but this one is at the back. So this is what the map looks like. 3 different parts of it: Westland, the Midlands, and then Dahara. And then there's also the old world that we get into a little bit farther into the series. So this one is probably my favorite book of the month, but I've read it before. I'm sorry if I keep moving around this chair, the wheels, they just go. I read this one from 627 to 76, and I rated it a 4 stars. The next one that I read from 77 to 79, and that was Sounds Like Love by Ashley Poston. This one I had higher expectations because I read The 7-Year Slip and absolutely loved that book. So I was expecting another 4.5, 5-star read. That's not what this one was. The concept is cool. Like, they have telepathy, they're hearing a song in their heads, they get together to make the song that they're hearing, and then that's the whole magic realism part of it, and then they have the romance whole thing, and then I was expecting to like it a lot more. There's also a scene where it's with the mom and the daughter, and it's very emotional, but I think I would have liked it better if it had delved into her relationship with her parents more, because you only see little snippets here and there with her interacting with her parents, so I didn't feel like as deeply connected to that emotional scene, and I did not cry. So I rated this a 3 stars. The next one that I read was Mile High, and that was on my Kindle. It's the first one in the Windy City series, and I've heard people say that they don't like the first one as much as the rest of the series, but I don't think I'm a sports romance girly. I don't think I am. At least not these. So basically, he plays hockey, and she is one of the flight attendants that is working for the whole season on the plane that he is taking to different cities to play. And so they have this whole interaction thing where he is being arrogant and cocky and telling her what to do, and she, of course, doesn't take that as well. So his whole thing is, oh well, I've got to teach her that she can't talk like that to me and whatever. So that's how their whole first interaction starts out, and then they have to keep their relationship basically a secret, otherwise she would get fired. Well, hello. So yeah, I mean, there's character development for him, but the third act conflict was just so annoying for that he did that. Rated it a 2 star. And I read it from 7:10 to 7:19, so 9 days it took me to read. Oh, hello, Koopy. Yes, oh my goodness. He really wants attention. Okay, here he is. Oh. The next book that I read was Quarter Labyrinth, and I read this one from 723 to 727. It is written by Victoria McCombs, and this one I saw promoted on TikTok as if you like the Maze Runner and the Hunger Games, add a little bit of magic where it's like the stone gods and goddesses and they can grant you wishes throughout the labyrinth, like making deals and such. I was thinking I was going to really like it because of course I love the Maze Runner, I love the Hunger Games. Put them together, I don't think it was executed as well as I was hoping. I don't think it was as high stakes as I was thinking it was going to be, and the romance that happens in it, it doesn't make sense to me, and I don't know why it was happening that way. So yeah, I was just very disappointed because also it seemed like they were going through the labyrinth and they, of course, they run into people and they have to fight them and all of this, and there's alliances being made and splits in the group, and I mean like splitting up, like you have to find your way back to each other and all this stuff, but there wasn't ever like you meet a dead end. Like there might have been a couple times, but to make it all the way through and not ever get stopped, I don't know. The whole labyrinth goes through all the seasons as well, so it started in spring and then went to summer and then fall and then winter. So if you don't make it by the end of winter to the middle of the labyrinth, then you lose. I mean, I have no idea how long the span of time was from the start to finish. Kobe is also making me really hot, but he really wants to be up here, and I'm surprised he's letting me hold him. So yeah, that was Quarter Labyrinth. The last one that I read was The Traitor Queen by Danielle L. Jensen. This one is the second one in the Bridge Kingdom series, and I really like the concept of this. I wish we could have seen more in some parts of the world, and I wish we could have built up like the tension a little bit more. But overall, I liked how the storyline went and how the plot line was paced. This one I rated a 3.5, and I read it from 728 to 730. So those are all the books that I read in July. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So not a bad month. So now let's get into the books that I want to read for August. Tonight we had Ben and Cassie and Joe and Shayna over for dinner and to hang out, and I was asking Shayna what I should read, and so these are all the books that she chose. I was telling her that I had read the first one and I really liked it, and this had been on my July TBR and I didn't get to it, so she chose Thunderhead for me. If you don't know what this series is about, it is a dystopian world and everything under the sun has a cure. Like you cannot die unless a scythe comes to your house and for you. In the first one, it follows a scythe and then his 2 apprentices. So he's taking them through his everyday life, what he has to do, going to these conventions, I guess, meetings, I don't really know. And then that story ends with like the graduation type of thing. I don't really know what they call it anymore. It's been a minute since I've read that one. In this one, it takes place a whole year after. So still following Rowan. So the 2 apprentice, little children, kids, teenagers, I don't really know, are Rowan and Citra. Old foes and new enemies converge, and as corruption within the Sithdom spreads, Rowan and Citra begin to lose hope. Will the Thunderhead intervene, or will it simply watch as its perfect world begins to unravel? I'm so excited for this one. I think I'm going to be reading this one after I finish what I'm reading on my Kindle, and we'll hop right into that one. So I started Life's Too Short by Abby Jimenez, and I'm 18% through, 19% through. And I had started Assistant to the Villain, and I only got 16% through, but I was not loving it, and I don't know if I'm going to continue it just because it feels really weird to me. First of all, how she becomes the assistant was weird, and I didn't understand what was happening. And then it never talks about that ever happening again. Anyways, and then I don't really understand what she's doing. Like, he brings her back to his house, manor, whatever, and then it hops like months later, and then she's working as his assistant, and then there's all these other people. So it's like an office. So like there's tons of people working as office jobs things, but I don't understand like what the purpose of them working there is. I mean, I don't understand. I don't know what paperwork would need to be done. I don't know what things he would need to have people do for him. No idea. And then also, he's like a younger guy, maybe like 6 or 7 years older than her, I think she was saying. And so she's attracted to him, but then is openly saying that she's attracted to him, and then she gets injured, and so she goes to the healer, and so she gets healed, but you have to reveal a secret as payment. So she tells her a secret, and then the boss is standing right there and overhears it. I just found it really awkward, and then he doesn't acknowledge it at all, and then she's just standing there bumbling over her words and is really awkward, and I don't know. I already get that she is being portrayed as a clumsy character, but I just think it's really weird, and I don't know if I'm gonna go back to it. So anyways, that's why I went into Life's Too Short. So this one follows Vanessa and Adrian. Vanessa was left with her sister's baby, like a week old or something like that, because the sister came over to her house and dropped her off so her sister could babysit while she ran an errand. Well, the sister never came back, so then the court assigned Vanessa to be the daughter, Grace, guardian. And apparently the sister, Annabelle, is back on her drugs or whatever else she was addicted to. I have no idea. She had taken a bunch of random things from Vanessa's bathroom cabinet, taken a bunch, and then left. I don't know what's going on there, but that's why Annabelle does not have custody, because she is not able to, and she's not well. Vanessa has to do with that. Vanessa is also a travel vlogger, and I thought that was a cool concept. So yeah, she is a travel vlogger. So Adrian is her neighbor, and one early morning at like 4 in the morning, he hears the baby crying. He goes over there and knocks on the door and is like, hey, like, can I help you? So he holds the baby while she showers, and that's kind of like their meet cute type of deal, and he helps calm the baby down. It ends up just being something simple, and they keep hanging out and have dinner and taking care of the baby. He's taking her trash down for her, all that sort of stuff. And so now they're going through her fan mail that's like 2 weeks old, so they're going through all of her fan mail right now, which is interesting. Oh, and also Adrian is a defense lawyer, so he knows all the legal kind of things. So he's definitely on board with making sure that Vanessa is safe in her apartment, because something happens with Annabelle, her dad, and her half-brother, stepbrother or something, and so she could get a restraining order for them. But anyways, he knows all the things, and now he's helping her with trying to adjust to motherhood. That's where we're at right now, and I'm enjoying it, as I think is obvious because I'm already 19% through. It's going really quick. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm excited to see where this goes. I'm highlighting a lot as well, so that is a good sign. Very happy about that. The next 2 books is a duology, and that is Foul Lady Fortune and Foul Heart Huntsman. So in the first one, it's 1931 in Shanghai, and the stage is set for a new decade of intrigue. I know this has been on my TBR multiple times, I know, but I feel more interested. I don't know, I just do. This follows Rosalind Lang. So she was brought back from the brink of death 4 years ago, and the strange experiment that saved her also stopped her from sleeping and aging, and it also allows her to heal from any wound. So basically she can't die, so then she becomes an assassin, and her code name is Fortune. She becomes an assassin for her country. So then the Japanese Imperial Army begins its invasion march. Rosalind's mission pivots. A series of murders is causing unrest in Shanghai, and the Japanese are under suspicion. Rosalind's new orders are to infiltrate foreign society and identify the culprits behind the terror plot before more of her people are killed. To reduce suspicion, however, she must pose as the wife of another nationalist spy, Orion Hong, and though Rosalind finds Orion's cavalier attitude and playboy demeanor infuriating, she's willing to work with him for the greater good. But Orion has an agenda of his own, and Rosalind has secrets that she wants to keep buried. Fake marriage of convenience? I don't know. I think the whole assassin part of it and going on a secret mission and all that will be really interesting. We'll see how this goes. And then the last one that she chose for me was Reminders of Him. I have already kind of started this one. I got 6 pages in on chapter 2. So this one, it follows a young mother who is fighting to earn a place in her child's life, and it's been 5 years. So she was in prison for a mistake. I don't know what it is yet. So it's following Kenna Rowan. So she's returning to the town where all went wrong, hoping to reunite with her 4-year-old daughter. But the bridges Kenna burned are proving impossible to rebuild. Everyone in her daughter's life is determined to shut Kenna out, no matter how hard she works to prove herself. And then the love interest, I'm guessing, is the local bar owner, Ledger Ward, and he's one of the few remaining links to Kenna's daughter. But if anyone were to discover how Ledger is slowly becoming an important part of Kenna's life, both would risk losing the trust of everyone important to them. The two form a connection despite the pressure surrounding them, but as the romance grows, so does the risk. Kenna must find a way to absolve the mistakes of her past in order to build a future out of hope and healing. We'll see. Shayna said she read this one. We'll see how this goes. And then, of course, I have Stone of Tears on my Kindle that I really want to get to this month, and I really want to get the physical copy as well since I already found it. I think it's on Amazon maybe, but I really want to get that one as well and add it to my shelf and continue completing getting the series. I just think it would be so beautiful on my shelf. I can always go back and pick it up and look over it and see all my annotations and thoughts that I had and just all the things. I just love it, and I want to have all the trophies. I think those are all the books that I have for you. So I have 4 physical, hoping to get a 5th physical, which would be Stone of Tears, and then Life's Too Short on my Kindle. I don't know how many other books I would read from my Kindle. The other ones that I have on Kindle Unlimited are Echoes of Hollow and Ember, The Pumpkin Spice Cafe, and then a couple other ones in that series. The Stars Are Dying. So I have The Stars Are Dying and this one. And then Daughter of the Worlds series. I have The Saltwater Air and then The One as well, which I started that one already kind of a little bit. 5%. I also have The Favorite Child, Glow of the Everflame, and The Last Letter, and Beartown. And then Alice Feeney's His and Hers. So we'll see if I pick up any of those. I'm sure it's just going to be Life's Too Short and then Stone of Tears, and then keeping to the physical books. I'm so sorry if you can hear the sub pump going. That's not cute. Anyways, those are all of the books that I have for you. You saw my Kindle redecorating, and now I need to go on my phone and my laptop and the iPad and switch from July to August. And Julia K. Christ has the cutest wallpapers ever, so I need to go switch those. And then also on the iPad we need to do some book journaling. And then I thought about incorporating doing my monthly calendar upstairs that I have on my whiteboard calendar, so maybe we'll do that as well. But I think it's time to put these books on the shelf and call it a night. It is 12:22 right now, which you just saw me show you. Ugh, it's 12:22. I'm so tired. I keep yawning. So I need to put these books away, get ready for bed, go to bed, and then show you tomorrow getting the August wallpapers on my devices and also book journaling. So I'll see you in the morning. I know for you guys it's been a second, but for me it's literally been 2. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's a new location. There's probably noises that are going on, so I need to figure all of that out and everything, but we'll see how this situation goes. I have quite a few different options of where I can film, so hopefully we can get different things to mix it up a little bit. But anyways, let me know what books you read in the month of July and let me know what's on your August TBR. I'm so curious. I love talking about books. Let me know what your favorite book of July is and what you're most excited for in August.